Hey everybody, this is Sean V. Bradley and
Stan Share.
of Automotive Internet Sales, and we are going to shoot for you this awesome video on how to maximize automotiveinternetsales.com. It doesn't matter if you are an internet sales manager, director, GM, dealer principal, vendor, or voyeur. This site is definitely for you. As you guys know, if you go over here to the why should you join AIS, there's a little video of me giving an explanation. Now we are going to give you an elaboration. We're going to go a little bit deeper. So I got to tell you the different sections that are really important. Let's go right here in the middle. In this section, this is where all of the main blog posts are. For example, today there's a post that was put up for me this morning about, do you want to maximize your internet leads as it relates to data mining? If you scroll down, we've got a post from one of our contributors from Canada, Michael. And this one is about, your appearance and perception is reality. I thought it was a great post. So if I were you and I was a person that wanted to get the most value to this, I would be checking automotive internet sales on a daily basis, and I would go straight to the blog post. Now, on top of that, what you'll see on the top over here is this is like we call it the front page. If this was a magazine, this is the front page of the magazine where there's like breaking news, exciting stuff. One of the things that we're very proud to share with you is we have a section of this site called Dealer of the Month. And in Dealer of the Month, last month we had Stan. You would like to share with everybody who the Dealer of the Month was last month?
For July, we interviewed Eric Nichols of Apple Honda for his success story.
And give us some highlights about that.
We talked about how he went from doing roughly 30 units a month on the internet to 52 units a month with over $140,000 a month in gross with a 2.5 person department.
So basically that would be under Dealer of the Month, but when we first break the story or publish a story, that would be here in the front page of the digital magazine, so to speak. However, we archive the articles in the Dealer of the Month section, which is really kind of exciting. Now, the next part of this, as you can see over here by scrolling down, would be the actual members of the site. So in this area here, there's roughly over 1,230 members to Automotive Internet Sales. So what you can do is you could click on one of those people. And actually, we're going to go to Dealership of the Month, sorry, since it's popped up. So in this section right here, let's just digress for a second. You could go and you could see literally anybody that's been highlighted for this success story. In March, we had Jennifer Brown from Mike Anderson Chevrolet. She was only in the business a couple months. She made 80 appointments, 40 shows, and 22 deliveries for an appointment setter with virtually no automotive experience whatsoever. So now let's say, for example, this will tie it into the members. Let's say you see one of these amazing success stories that are over here. All you got to do is click the membership section of the website, and then you see here there's a toolbar that pops up. But this is the section where all the members are at. And actually, I stand corrected. There's 1,247 members as of today, and we get members every single day. But you could turn on and just randomly scroll down, or let's say if you were at a Ford dealership, you could click Ford in the advanced search and it'll bring up all the people. There's 74 members that are tied to Ford, so to speak. That could be a specific Ford dealership or Ford's in their name, etc. So you could narrow down the search for specific members, or you could just search for any particular member by name. Or if you want to look at the people that are doing the most postings, let's just say, for example, let's bring up Mr. Stan Share. If you click Stan right here, it'll bring up Stan's profile. So you got to think of automotive internet sales almost like a Facebook page or a MySpace page. It is a social community website. So what you want to be able to do is you want to identify people. You want to friend them. Again, this is not Match.com, people, for the record, okay? So I just brought up Stan's page. So this is Stan's personal page, and Stan has got a bunch of friends that are on here. And so he's got like hundreds and hundreds of friends that are on here, and he also has all these groups that he's a part of, and then he's got his own events. So this is like Stan's personal page. What I would do if I wanted to friend Stan, it says, I already did, so Stan is my friend. But if Stan and I weren't linked up together, I could turn around and it would say add as a friend. I'd click here. So that's what you need to do. Is all you got to do is if you see somebody that you're interested in networking with, becoming friends with, learning from, or just conversing with, all you've got to do is just find them on here and friend request them, and then you can start the communications. And kind of like a Facebook or kind of like a MySpace or any other social network, you're able to turn around and private message them. It doesn't have to be just public. Now, if you look over here, you could, if Dan says something or any other member says something that you like it, you could recommend it, you could tweet it, you could share it, you could Google Plus it, you could Pinterest it, you could do a bunch of different things. So again, I want you to understand that the automotiveinternetsales.com website is a fully functioning, full-blown social media site. Okay, so let's go recap so far. So we talked about the members, we talked about the front page, we talked about the dealership of the month. The next section here, and we talk about the blog section, is the top 10 list. Just so everybody understands, this is still currently under development. My vision and Stan's vision is that we wanted to create a one-stop shop. Okay, where if you were anybody in the automotive sales industry, vendor, GM, dealer principal, director, coordinator, car salesman, you could just go to one place and you could find top 10 everything. So if you want to find out who the top 10 reputation management sites are, top 10 social media sites for dealers, top 10 mobile devices, top 10 automotive website providers, top 10 automotive research websites, automotive SEO, automotive social media, conferences, workshops, etc. We've got all the categories here, and then so you're not worried about finding who's who. We've done all the hard work and vetting and interviewing and profiling, and guess what? They're all here. So this is the Automotive Internet Sales Top 10 list. And we are always open to your suggestions. So if you've got ideas of tools, resources, etc., it's a community. Please let us know if you've got any ideas. Obviously, since it's a community, we like to recognize people for their special occasions. If it's their birthday, if this is their, if it is their birthday, I would say happy birthday to them. It's real simple. Latest activity, you can see who's posting what when they're posting. Next section is, obviously there's photos, there's videos that you could add. Free resources. Free resources is a section that we created because there's a lot of dealerships that are on a budget. They don't have resources, and who doesn't like things that are for free? So we have a section here that's always being built that, these are all free things, really, really free, that you could find. So I hope you enjoy it. Now, I want to go over a couple other, sections of the site, and then I'm going to let Stan take over for the next couple minutes. As you guys see here, this is like the CNN, the NADA, the Auto Success Magazine, all that stuff, all put into one digital purpose. Scrolling down more, there's actual discussions. Okay, there's forums where if you've got questions, like one of the questions here, we're looking for the best rebuttals for the most common objections or sales, for sales consultants, and there's already 9 people that replied, or 9 comments that were replied. This is the last section that I'm going to talk about right here, which is the groups. So now this is what's called global information. This information is for the overall website. Now, there's different categories. So if you look at here, these are the ones that are featured. We've got showroom sales, we got search engine, marketing, search engine optimization, millionaire car salesman, and I got a group. Sean, please help me now because I get a lot of fan mail and a lot of people asking for help. But there's other groups, there's automotive vets, professional, unsold showroom traffic, all about Stan, live chat, women certified, automotive success magazine, millionaire car salesman, automotive internet, phone sales training, third-party lead source providers, fixed stops, the NADA convention, Franklin Covey, graphic web design, etc. So if you have a specific niche or a specific need or specific interest or specific passion, you don't have to go through all the other stuff. You could join a specific group and talk about that, share about that, post about that. All right, so in closing, what do we want everybody to do? We want you to learn. There's a tremendous amount of content on here. We're talking about 600 videos, thousands of pictures. There's, thousands of people on this site. There's even more thousands of people that are not official members, but that go to the site, look at it, and they're voyeurs, I call them. So I want you to just really, you know, just like any bank, you can't take a withdrawal out of a bank unless you deposit. We want you all to deposit questions, great ideas, free resources, warnings, all that stuff, examples, and just help build the community. Now, I'm going to put on Mr. Social Share himself, Stan Share. What would you like to add?
Well, a couple things. First off, just like we just talked about the dealer of the month that we're going to be spotlighting, we're also inventing the vendor of the month. That's going to be very big because there's so many different vendors out there in the industry that every time that a new vendor pops up, it's always great to be able to let the industry know of their product and what makes them different from everybody else. So that's going to be right next to the link for Dealer of the Month. So follow me. We're going to have Dealer of the Month and Vendor of the Month so that you can learn about successful dealers and vendors offering new products. We're also going to be doing vendor reviews. For instance, we're doing an event right now for the Internet Sales 20 group coming up in October in Chicago. We're going to be spotlighting every week for the next 12, 13 weeks, every vendor that is a sponsor so that everybody on this site forum will know who what product is out there and what it is that they do.
And how it could help the dealer,
How
right?
it can help the dealer, correct.
Okay. Now, what is the value you see stand for, let's say, not just our clients, but just automotive professionals out there that are at the dealerships in real time because training is hard and it's expensive, etc. You know, to be able to, you know, when they first get to work, to log on to Automotive Internet Sales, review the blogs, watch some of the training videos, some of the role play, the objections and rebuttals. How do you feel that would benefit the community?
Oh, it benefits the community greatly because I did a video in the past and I said it doesn't matter if you're a lot attendant or a GM or an owner, everybody could benefit from the free educational tools that are on there. Again, the word is free, and all the tools that are on there are strictly to learn to be better. And again, like Sean just said, if you don't have the money or the resources and you can't afford to invest a lot of money in training, there's so much out there that you can pick up an idea a week, so to speak. I personally recommend that if you really want to be good at your craft, you should invest anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes a day on the site because we're always posting something new.
Right. And again, it's not like I want you guys to, just check out vendors. Even if you just didn't do anything else, but went to this section right here for media and went here for videos and just watch training videos, objections, rebuttals, outbound phone call process, inbound phone call process, qualification, motivation, information, examples, video webinars. I mean, there's just such a profound amount of knowledge you could learn on automotive internet sales. And like we keep saying, it's free. It never will be charged for, etc. So just take the information, and by the way, it's got a mobile app. So you could watch this on your iPhone or your Android or your antiquated BlackBerry if you've got one. All right. So thank you all, and this is Automotive Internet Sales with Sean V. Bradley.
Stand share.